You have something like an endowment where you you put in money in order to create a scenario where there can be an income that is generated from the particular investment that you've put in, that will continuously be used for something that you decide. A lot of the times it's an Islamic cause or something. Sometimes it could be a waqf for a family cause or for a slightly more closed circle. But that type of charity is probably the best because that is going to go on and on and on. If any one of us have visited Medina Munawwara, I'm sure you guys might have, you guys are in the field, so you would have seen this. As you're coming down one of the roads, going back into the northern part of the Haram, you'd see it's a massive building, and it says there, Waqf Uthman bin Affan, radiyallahu anhu. That was a little orchard belonging to Uthman bin Affan radiallahu anh, that he had made waqf, which means he gave it as a sadaqah, as a charity, with the condition of waqf. Waqf meaning we held. Waqafa means to stop. I stop this thing. For what? For the sake of Allah. Whatever is going to come from it now is going to go to this cause. And let's maximize the benefit of it. So they used to have dates from there. I remember dates not too long ago, maybe about 25 years ago, when I was in Medina Munawwara, that they used to give, that said that this is from the waqf of Uthman bin Affan radiyallahu anhu. So dates. So imagine how many years is that? 1440 years, possibly 1400 years, right?
Yeah, at least.
And here we are, still benefiting from something done by Uthman bin Affan radiallahu anhu. When a time came that they were developing that area and putting up hotels and so on, they needed to obviously change the orchard and change whatever was there. So those who are running that waqf, because you always have people who will be managing the waqf, and it goes down based on the instructions of the initial waqif. A waqif is the one who initially gave it. He decides who's going to manage it and so on. So those managing this waqf of Uthman bin Affan radiallahu anhu decided that, okay, we will put up a hotel because obviously it's the most practical thing. The returns from that will still go to the same cause. So they're literally, anyone who stays there, the money is going to the cause. I give you one other example. You've been to Mecca. I'm sure you've seen the clock tower and all of that. Yep. I don't know if you're aware that that entire building is a waqf. The clock tower and all those hotels, everything that's there is a waqf of King Abdulaziz, the money of which the returns shall go back to the haram.
Amazing.
So any hotel you find there, one might argue, no, these are all international brands and names. They've rented the place, or they've struck a deal with the people there, or they've got a lease for so long and they've paid for this and that and whatever else. Any money made as an end profit from that particular building, that entire clock tower building and the whole Zamzam, they call it, goes back to the haram, and it will continue to do so. And the day that they decide to update the place, if they want to, whatever they put there as a result has to be waqf as well.
Amazing.
So it's amazing. This is why when we talk about waqf, it's something that only leaders think of, or those who are futuristics, those who really want to look into the future and see how do we secure this future for us, for the ummah, for our families, whoever else it may be. Well, if you have a waqf, you no longer need to go around begging from people. Say, listen, we're just going to ask you once. After that, we're not going to ask you, because every month we need $5,000. We have planned to just ask you once so that we can actually invest in something tangible, something meaningful, something appropriate that will bring back a minimum of that 5,000 a month. So if you can succeed to put up maybe a few $100,000 and you're bringing back that 5,000, guess what? It's not just the donation of the 5,000, but it's a continuous reward that you will achieve until the day that something goes wrong there. Inshallah, it won't, and it stops.
The largest endowment in the world, actually, conventional, is owned by Harvard University. So
Subhanallah.
that funds all of their education. You can see where they are and the impact it has on entire civilizations, actually.
Now, to be honest with you, that's an Islamic concept,
Yeah.
and look at how it's been,
Yeah.
used and utilized. The endowments and the waqf itself. If you look at the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his time and what they did and what they didn't do, it was amazing. It was amazing. Uthman bin Affan radiallahu anhu in particular is a great name when it comes to waqf. He seized every opportunity to do things that would bring back a reward to him way beyond his death. For example, when there was a well, it is still in Medina Munawwara, Bi'r Uthman they call it. Yeah. When the Prophet ﷺ, they had a struggle with the water and he questioned, he said, who will purchase this well and for them is Jannah? You know, I have goosebumps talking to you right now. Uthman radiallahu anhu got up and he says, I will do it. He paid the amount, he got it, and the Prophet ﷺ says, this man's purchased his paradise. More than once he's done it.